King Stoneman?
Yeah.
Stoneman? King Stone. Okay, we ready to go? Mr. Mayor, you ready? Rabbi?
Ready.
We on? Good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our third night of Hanukkah. And I want everybody to know that this tradition has been going on. What? What's not on?
It's on.
Why you always screw things up, Joe Cole? Anyway, we've been doing this tradition back since George Kalala was the mayor. So that's over 60 years. And we want to thank the city for always providing a menorah to do this ceremony. But tonight we want to thank the Chabad, the Tobin Chabad in Everett, and Rabbi Barron is here, and for allowing us to use this menorah and many others that they've provided over the last 10 or 11 years since they've been doing it. But while we're introducing people, I want to introduce Rabbi Leon and from the Sada House, and we have our senior singers that are going to entertain us tonight. And while I'm here and introducing folks, we introduce Rabbi Barron. The mayor is here, Mayor Brian Arrigo. Councilor Ward 5, George Kalala. George Kalala. Well, he was best friends with George. He goes back that far.
I'll take that.
John Powers, Michael Ferranti, School Committee, Anthony Caggiano from the Northeast Regional School Committee, Ricky Serino, Ward 6, I got that right, and John Kingston from the Revere School Committee. Did I miss anybody else? Stacy Rizzo from the Revere School Committee. So with that, the folks from the Senior Center, thank you very much for everything. Members of the Revere City Hall that are here. Who's in the car? I can't see that far. Thank you. So with that, what we're going to do now, I'm going to introduce Rabbi Barron. Okay, first to do some things, unless you want to speak first. Huh? Rabbi, why don't you come on, introduce the Hanukkah and the menorah, and then we'll sing songs later.
All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ira, for all of your help in putting this event together. Not just this year, but for as long as I've been here in the area, and for, like you said, for many years before. And thank you to the mayor for always being here and supporting, showing up, and to all the members of, all the elected officials, members of the city council. We greatly appreciate the support from the city, especially since these days that's not something that everyone everywhere takes for granted. But here we feel very, very blessed. So thank you. Happy Hanukkah to all of you, and thank you all for being here. Especially you ladies, you look amazing. I love the hats. I need to get one before you leave. And I just want to share just a few words about the meaning of the holiday. Of course, the holiday is celebrating events that happened over 2,000 years ago in ancient Israel, where the Assyrian Greeks occupied the land of Israel and sought to stamp out the Jewish religion. Jewish traditions, Jewish observances were outlawed, and Jewish people had to go into hiding if they were to keep their religion, keep their traditions alive. And a small group of warriors called the Maccabees fought back against all odds. Okay, they were vastly outnumbered, and miraculously they succeeded in reclaiming their land, rededicating the temple, and going back to their way of life of living openly and proudly as Jews in their land. They came back. That was miracle number one. That's what they call the miracle of the battle, right? Fighting back and winning against all odds. The second miracle that happened was when they came back into the temple, they wanted to light the candelabra. There was a candelabra that looked something like this in the temple, and they could not find pure olive oil with which to light the menorah. They looked everywhere, high and low, and they found one small flask of oil, enough oil to last for just one night. And they knew that it would take them 8 days to procure fresh, pure olive oil. and they went ahead and lit that menorah with that one flask of oil, just for one night. And miraculously, that oil ended up lasting for the one night, and then a second night, and a third night, all the way until the 8th night, until they had enough oil. That's the second miracle of Hanukkah, the miracle of the lights. What does that mean to all of us here? What lesson can we draw from the menorah? One of the most important lessons of Hanukkah, at least as I see it, and this applies to everyone, regardless of your religious tradition, is that the work of bringing light into the world, light being acts of goodness and kindness, acts of goodness and kindness which counter the darkness and the cold that we feel all around, is something that we all need to be involved in. That's what the menorah represents. When we kindle a light outside, as we kindle the menorah, when it's starting to get dark and when it's cold out, we're teaching something very important, which is, what do you do when you encounter darkness? What do you do when you encounter evil or pain or suffering on a personal level or on a communal level or on a societal level? What are you meant to do? What do you do when it's cold outside and dark outside? You can run inside, right? The second option is to put on a coat, and huddle close and keep the warmth in. Insulate yourself against the cold. But both of those options, while they keep you warm and insulated against the elements, there's one downside to them, which is they only help you. Lighting a fire, on the other hand, is a third option, which brings light into the darkness and brings warmth into the cold, and it doesn't just benefit you. It benefits everybody around you. And even somebody who's coming from afar, they may come to the fire, and without taking anything away from you, they can light a torch from that fire and maybe light a fire somewhere else and bring that warmth and light to more people. So the Hanukkah menorah reminds us, when it comes to winter, when it's dark and cold outside, not to suffice with bringing goodness into our own lives and into our families' lives, but to try to spread that goodness and kindness around. Try to be the light in somebody else's life. And, each of us in our own way, within our own circle of influence, we know where we can be a light. But sometimes we say, hey, is it really worth it? Is it possible to conquer the darkness? And the lesson of Hanukkah is that yes, it is. And if we all do our part and just add a little bit of light into the world, that light will light another light and another light and another light, bringing warmth and goodness and joy into the lives of so many people. And it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the goodness that we all commit to here tonight, when you think about the exponential network effect of that goodness and kindness, you uplift somebody else, who uplifts somebody else, who uplifts somebody else, you can literally change the world. So I want to wish each and every one of you a happy Hanukkah, and thank you for being here. And my wish is that what we all take home from here is that dedication to bringing light and warmth into the world around us. And it'll be a happy and joyous Hanukkah for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rabbi. And before we light the menorah, I'm going to call on our mayor for a few words, if you would.
Thank you, Ira. Good evening, everyone. Happy Hanukkah. Let's hear it for Ira for the work that he's done continuously. Thank you. And I'm so proud of our city. And Rabbi, your message is beautiful. That's what we strive to do every day, is bring light and bring joy and bring love to everyone. And I think tonight, unfortunately, we had somebody drive by, and we see why it's so important for us to have events like this and do things like this and come together, because this is what our city represents. This is what what our community truly believes in, and I just want to thank all of you for being here tonight and being that light that the rabbi spoke of. I do want to thank our senior singers. They're incredible. Let's hear it from them. I know they're going to put on a tremendous performance. And I also want to thank our DPW. We started a little bit late today. We were scrambling around because of the lights. We got them working thanks to DPW. So happy Hanukkah. I hope you all have a beautiful holiday season and a happy new year. And thank you for being here today. Thank you.
And now I'm going to call on Rabbi Leon. Leon, come up and say a few things.
Thank you so much, Ira, and thank you, everybody. And I love being part of this tradition here at City Hall, which is just so beautiful and so heartwarming. I'll be very short. I'll just say how, like Rabbi Barron was saying, how, Hanukkah is a holiday of hope in times of darkness, in a season where everything is quite dark outside, and the days are still getting shorter for a couple more days here, and soon they'll start getting longer again. And in the Jewish faith, Hanukkah is one of the newer holidays. It's only about 2,000 years old, and it's a little bit different than our biblical holidays. But in different parts of history, it was celebrated in different ways. Traditionally, we're supposed to light the menorah, the Chanukiah, in a place where people can see it, where it can be public, on our windowsills or outside, because we want to spread that light. We want to spread the miracle that happened. We want to spread light everywhere we can, like Rabbi Barron was saying. But throughout history, that wasn't always safe to do. It wasn't always safe to display publicly a menorah or any other Jewish symbol. And, we know that Jews throughout history, a lot of them did take a chance and do it, and some did not out of fear and, in real danger to their lives. And I don't at all take for granted the fact that we can here in the city of Revere at City Hall light the menorah publicly and take upon ourselves that, that spreading light that you spoke about, spreading joy, spreading togetherness of people of all faiths. I love that we have the Chanukiah, the menorah next to the Christmas tree, and saying that, this light doesn't diminish from this light. Light spreads and everyone can enjoy it. So I think, that car driving by is an important reminder that there's still darkness, but that one of the early Zionist thinkers, our own David Gordon, said that we shouldn't spend our time fighting darkness. All we need to do is spread light. So I think, even though when I hear things like that, my whole body sort of, gets smaller and smaller and it hurts me physically, I'll say, okay, you can let it go and just do more good in the world. So happy Hanukkah, everybody. I hope everyone has a joyous and happy and very healthy, hopefully, holiday season and New Year, and may we bring more light.
Just so everybody knows, the rabbi's heading out to Israel on Thursday. We hope, if everything goes okay.
The second half of Hanukkah.
There you go. So what I want to do now is, I think we're ready to light the menorah now, Rabbi?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do you, the rabbi, and the mayor. Okay. So the shamus is on. I hope.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm lighting the shamus now. So everybody knows this is called the shamus, or the king, the shamus, and this is the one that eventually lights all the other lights as you light them. Now, you don't everybody knows the Jews go right to left. Okay, they don't go the normal way. So when we light candles, we always light the newest candle first. So tonight we're going to light number 3 because it's day 3, and then we'll have number 2 and then number 1, and that'll take care of for the 4th night. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call on the mayor to light the first candle. This one right here, just turn it. There you go, Mazel Tov. And Rabbi Barron, why don't you come and do number 2? Rabbi, you're next. Do number 1. Can you reach it? You get it?
You have to be told.
Here you go. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Perfect. Yeah, now we're going to do the blessings. Now, some of you have sheets of paper with blessings on them. So, Rabbi, why don't you lead us, please?
Thank you. Okay, so blessing number 1, I'm going to sing it in Hebrew, which you can find the transliteration on paragraph number 2. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Chanukah. The second blessing, which is in English, paragraph number 3, and in Hebrew, paragraph number 4. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem b'zeman hazeh.
And Rabbi, why don't you come and read it in English for us, in the English portion, so everybody knows what this is.
Thank you. So our first blessing, blessed are you, Adonai our God, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us to kindle the Hanukkah lights. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, Lord our God, King of the universe, who performed miracles for our forefathers in those days at this time.
Thank you. Now, many of you notice on here there's a 5 and a 6. Okay, those prayers are usually said on the first and second night. And those are for something you do at the very, very beginning of something. No matter what you do, you say that last prayer. We're not going to say it tonight because we said it on the first and second night. But just so you know, that's why there's an extra one there. So what I want to do now is I want to invite our senior singers up, if we can get the rabbis on this side. You want to sing from there or you want to come up here? Come up here. Come up here, line up here. Right next to the menorah, on this side, from here over. Now, this is the first time we ever have a choir singing at our menorah lighting. So they did practice. They have one song that they have down pat. I'm not sure about the second one. I haven't heard that one yet. So, yeah, right. So with that, I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
Hanukkah, festival of lights, candles glow in a row, 7 days, 8 nights. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, make your dreidel spin, round and round, everyone join in. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, what a merry time, cakes to eat, what a treat, see the faces shine. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, sing and dance this way, round and round, happy holiday. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, what a merry time, cakes to eat, what a treat, see the faces shine. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, sing and dance this way, round and round, happy holiday. Hey!
Yay! Excellent, excellent. Now, you want to do your favorite one? You have 4 total. Oi! Oi, vey! We'll be here till midnight. Okay, go for it.
Well, I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, a dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, a dreidel I will play. It has a lovely body with legs so short and thin, and when it gets all tired, it drops and I will win. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play. My dreidel is so playful, it loves to dance and spin. A happy game of dreidel, come now let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play.
Yay! ahead. All right, next.
Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in. Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in. We want to shout and celebrate. Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in. Oh, Judah Maccabee went marching in. Oh, Judah Maccabee went marching in. He was the leader of the Jews. Oh, Judah Maccabee went marching in. Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in. Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in. We want to shout and celebrate. Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in. We want to shout and celebrate. Oh, when the Maccabees go marching in.
Amen. Okay, one more. One more for the road.
Oh, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we're all against the horror. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. A dreidel to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed us, we'd like to remind us of days long ago. Oh, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the horror. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. A dreidel to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed us, we'd like to remind us of days long ago. Oh, Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the horror. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. A dreidel to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed us, we'd like to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed us, we'd like to remind us of days long ago. Oh!
Hey, all right. Excellent, lady. I'll tell you, this is what we call our ecumenical senior singers. Because last week they sang all the Christmas songs here. So, and they learned these songs over the last couple of weeks, and I thank you so much. Days. Their sewing club made the scarves. The scarves are wonderful. They got the hats. They were red and white last week. So I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Inside we have coffee, we have latkes and jelly donuts, and enjoy yourselves, and thank you all very much. Until next year, Chag Sameach. Happy Hanukkah.